Dr. Nolin Hazer, Presiding Officer and member of the NUS Board of Trustees, Dr. Amy Kaur, Senior Minister of State for Ministry of Health, Prof. John Wong, Senior Vice President NUS, Dean Prof. Yeo Kay Guan, distinguished guests, parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to introduce the second valedictorian from the undergraduate class of 2018 Yong Loo Lin School of Medicine, Dr. Tan Jing Yuan. Jing was born in Austin, Texas in the US before he moved back to Singapore to continue his study. He served as a logistic officer in the Army and was roped in to help as instructor for the MOCC course. And upon completing his national service, he actually went back to the States for 6 months, where he worked as a special needs teacher there and had a great experience. And he also taught chemistry in JC students after finishing JC till now, and both experiences reinforced his passion in teaching very much. Jing has many hobbies. He enjoys dancing, he takes dancing lessons, and he teaches choreographies. He loves to hike, and he climbs many mountains in New Zealand after passing MBBS. And he says that reaching the peak of the mountain gives him the sense of satisfaction to enjoy the beautiful view after putting into a lot of efforts and sweats to reach there, much like MBBS. And although he told me that after working so hard to pass MBBS, the view may not be so good anymore, but I want to tell him, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Jing likes to read inspirational books, and his favorite book of all time is One Life to Give, A Path to Finding Yourself by Helping Others, by Andrew Biankowski. He also loves to watch YouTube videos like The Voice, X Factor, and American Got Model. Lastly, he enjoys most spending his time meeting with his close friends to chat, and he has a lot to learn from his friends by just sitting down with them and sharing with each other the challenges that they face every day. So Jing, please continue to do that during housemanship and for the many years to come, because as doctors, we are human beings after all, and we need this support network that we have to continue down this journey. So here you are, Dr. Tan Jing Yuan, the valedictorian from the undergraduate class of 2018.
A very good morning, Dr. Nolin Hazer, NUS trustee, Dr. Amy Kaur, Senior Minister of State, Ministry of Health, distinguished guests, my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Kaur, for the really funny and amazing introduction. It is truly an honor to represent the medicine class of 2018. But before I start, let us really congratulate our friends beside us for being here today and for finally putting that 2 letters, D-R, in front of our names. We did it, guys! So, while we have been striving to be good house officers for the past 2.5 months, getting called 24/7 by nurses, and discharging our patients to get our list shorter, I thought today would be a good idea to take a quick look back at our medical school years. 5 years ago, young and eager, we walked through the doors of Anatomy Hall, LT35, our old science canteen, and let's not forget Histology Lab. Histo Lab was, well, no offense, Prof. Raj, where are you? We tried to pay attention in tutorials, definitely tried not to pawn lectures, stayed in halls, partied, and of course, parents, we studied. If not, we won't be here today. Prof. Raj will always have a special place in our hearts with his plasticine models, histology slides, and his anatomy crash course even in our final year. In year 2, we learned how to examine patients, learned empathy, I'm sure we all remember NUS, and had the opportunity to put them to practice in the wards. It was the year where we got our stethoscopes and finally felt that our journey of becoming a doctor had started. To our year 2 coordinator, Prof. Tan, thank you for just being so nice. We will always remember your encouragement video before our final year 2 exam. In year 3, We joined teams, followed rounds, asked many questions, and had fun talking to patients and examining them. But the family medicine video is something I'm sure we will all remember. Hats off to Dr. Victor for coming up with such an ingenious idea to spice up our Year 3 curriculum. Videos are available for viewing on YouTube, and it's a true representation of how multi-talented we all are. And finally, 4th year was a year we all look forward to. It was a short but very fun year. Thank you to Prof. Roger Ho for making our psychiatric experience an entertaining one. We will all remember the role plays during the common lectures. And who could forget Prof. Suresh for his dedication to us, teaching us toxicology, teaching us to read ECGs, I'm sure I forget already, training us in advanced cardiac life support, and simply just spending so much time with us, I feel like we are all your children. And finally, we opened the gates to our final year. In all honesty, I don't think anything really prepared us for the intensity of Year 5. It was a balance of learning to become a doctor, studying for our exams, and preventing ourselves from burning out. But it was the year we forged strong friendships by going through the hardship together. We all really deserve to feel proud of ourselves for the amount of effort we have put in for our finals. A big thank you to our 3 class reps, Mabel, Benjamin, and Wei Xiang, for organizing everything. Thank you to our senior doctors and all the doctors who took efforts to arrange mock practice sessions for us. Special mention to Dr. Alfred Kao for your amazing general surgery revision lectures that you repeated 4 times. Dr. Derek with his fedora and vest, really amazing. Thank you for your chill attitude and helping us to keep calm before our exams. And who could forget the wonderful Prof. Denise? We will never forget how you went all out to help us when the fire alarm rang for 15 minutes during our medicine MCQ paper. All of us have graduated today through the tireless efforts of our seniors, lecturers, doctors, and professors. Let us pay it forward and let us all give them a round of applause. Let us also not forget our parents, our special ones, and that one or few friends who may stood by us throughout the entire journey. If I may, thank you to my parents and siblings for being ever so supportive. Thank you to my aunties, uncles, my cousins who readily lent me their children to practice DA on during the assessment. Thank you to my best friends, Charles, Albert, Aliana, for helping me to pull through MBBS. Thank you to my study partner, Ruth. You were amazing, but also not so towards the end. Thank you to my clinical group mates, Kevin, Darren, Steph, Terry, Ying-Sing, Etanin, and special thanks to people who have been with me, Xiong Kim, Yuan Jing, YQ. You wanted me to thank you for eating my food in Harvard. But today, let us remember to thank the people who have helped to get us to where we are today. Speaking about fond memories of our medical school days and remembering our friends who stood by us, let us also remember Dr. Joshua, who could not be with us today. Dr. Jin Cheng has written a poem for him, which I am honored to share with you all. In the flower of your youth, life took an unexpected turn. Medical school taught us what grief was, but only experience teaches us how it feels. Sometimes I wonder if this day was my last, would I pause just for a moment to smell the morning dew, to lend a helping hand? Thank you, Josh, for teaching us, through your humble, quiet ways once again, that chasing after the wind is but futile, and that there is joy in serving others but myself. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I can't wait to tell you all about it when I see you again. But until then, rest in peace, my dear friend. Now, if we could just have a moment of silence for Dr. Joshua. Finally, I would like to share 2 things that I've learned through this entire journey. Life is not going to be easy, and I hope we can all remember these 2 things as we move forward. Firstly, be kind. Henry Wadsworth, an American poet, once said, "Give what you have to someone, it may be better than you dare think." Small acts of kindness are as important as elaborate ones, and if we only have a minute, sometimes a minute is all it takes. Being a doctor is not easy. We face demands from patients' families, demands from our bosses, and demands from our loved ones. In the midst of our stressful and tiring days, let us aim to practice small acts of kindness every day, saying thank you to nurses, smiling at our colleagues, asking how their weekend was, and how their sleep was, if we even get any. But it will definitely brighten everyone's day, especially our own, and allow us to go about completing our day's activities with vibrant energy. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. The second thing I learned is to always be sincere. Over the past 2 months, sincerity has been key in getting me out of difficult situations and forging good working relationships. To quote an English author, Douglas Adams, "To give real service, you must add something which cannot be bought or measured by money, and that is sincerity and integrity." Sometimes it isn't about what we say, but more about how we say it. By being sincere in my conversations, it has allowed me to mediate difficult situations and gains people's trust more easily. When we are sincere, people can see it, they will feel it, and they will know it. So as we move forward in our careers, fellow graduates, and endeavor to provide the best possible care to our patients and to work cohesively in our teams, let us always remember to be kind and to be sincere. Let us strive to create value wherever we are, to leave our unique mark, and to make a difference. Thank you.
Dear graduates,